Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com, your purchase and pricing email question line for this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me directly, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. And today we're discussing a 2017 launch from Omega, a watch for a good cause. This is the Omega Speedmaster Orbis International Chronograph, a chronograph designed as a charity benefit for international eye doctors whose specialty is treating children. The watch has been customized on several levels, but the basic fit is universal. Stainless steel and 38 millimeters in diameter, the watch is 14.9 millimeters thick, from lug to lug extraordinarily compact at 44.7 millimeters, with an 18 millimeter spacing between the lugs. I believe this watch because it is so short across the wrist, and my wrist is 16 centimeters. But this watch could be worn on a wrist as small as 13 centimeters in circumference. It's surprisingly low slung and should fit underneath most cuffs, as you can see right here. From over the top, you can see how much clearance I have on each side. I'm nowhere near the lower limit wrist size wise for wearing this watch. It is a universal, unisex, and traditionally sized option. Stainless steel bracelet to match. This bracelet is a hybrid of a sports bracelet and a dress bracelet, and I'd compare it to the Rolex President, albeit in steel. You have polished intermediates with staggered alignment, satin shoulders, and polished outer faces. Removable links are fixed in place by screw, and because there are so many small removable links, you can just keep taking them out from each side until you find the right sizing. This is always a great recipe for precise fit because the increment as you remove or add is quite small, so you can fine-tune. The hippocampus is visible externally on the clasp because the Orbis teddy bear is on the reverse of the watch. Why a seahorse on a Speedmaster? It's to remind you that the original Speedmaster in 1957 was part of the Seamaster water-resistant watch family. We have a twin trigger, polished internal, double deployant clasp that is sequential close, one side before the other. It stays closed and it only pops open when you depress both triggers, so it's a very secure system. The caseback features the Orbis teddy bear, and you can see it sits on a sort of honeycomb base that's matte finished. The Speedmaster, Orbis, and teddy bear are all of high polished with media blasting inside the recesses of the bears. The detailing here is quite nice. Again, this is where the seahorse would normally be. Underneath the caseback, caliber 3330, which is a fascinating coaxial modification of a Valjoux 7753, but the changes are immense. First, the watch is 100 meters water resistant, which is twice the rating for a moon watch, so this watch is safe for swimming. As for the 7753, what doesn't change? Power reserve goes from 42 hours to 52 hours. The free-sprung regulator is replaced, or I should say the stud index is replaced with a free-sprung regulator. The Ferrous hairspring is replaced with an anti-magnetic silicon hairspring. 5-position adjustment and chronometer certification are added. The coaxial escapement replaces the Swiss lever, and ultimately, the column wheel system that you would prefer in a high-end chronograph replaces the original cam system. It still has lateral clutch, but with a column wheel for precise, sharp indexing of the chronograph. And of course, it features the underlying refinements of a 7753, such as stop seconds or hacking, and because it is a traditional balanced tri-register design rather than the conventional off-centered 7750, you use a pusher adjuster to adjust the date. When you convert from a standard 7750 to a 7753 alignment, you lose the quickset. Now, the dial is handsome and gorgeous. It's a matte blue, navy blue base. You have faceted rhodium-coated steel indices that are applique rather than printed. There's a luminescent index outboard of each one. You have blue eye influenced tones to the dial. These are Orbis corporate colors. They're supposed to be reminiscent of an iris, and you can sort of see the inspiration, but most notable is the use of the Orbis teddy bear as the counterweight to the seconds hand. The timepiece is easy to read at a glance, and you can see the hands at center are of high polish. The Speedmaster logo is in blue to conform to the color scheme of the watch, and outboard it has an extraordinary indexed anodized aluminum navy blue tachymeter that perfectly complements the dial, and it's the indexed notches outboard of each station. You could see at every count along the tachymeter you have that slash-cut index, giving it a look unlike anything else Omega makes, almost reminiscent of the engine-turned bezels on some Rolex watches. A truly special watch with the traditional lyre-style lugs, satin-finished outer faces, and polished bevels. It's simply a great-looking Omega chrono dedicated to a great cause. Email tmosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.